Welcome, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today here on YOGATX. I'm Jen Hilman, and in today's practice, we are going to move through my 5 favorite stretches to relieve low back pain. So we're going to do a lot of these practices sitting, so you can go ahead and roll out your mat and make yourself comfortable. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel. And when you're all set, let's get settled in to a nice, easy, comfortable seat. So to start our practice, we are going to open with a really gentle forward fold. So you can start with your legs crossed in front of you. And I recommend placing your heels one in front of the other, as opposed to having your legs crisscrossed. So this allows your knees to fall open evenly. Then settling into that nice comfortable seat, we'll start with a big deep breath in. As you inhale, extend up through the crown of your head, feeling your neck grow long. And as you exhale, slowly begin to fold your body down. You can walk your hands out in front of you as you gently fold forward over your legs. Now take some slow, deep breaths here as you allow the weight of your head, your neck, and your shoulders to gently fold down towards the earth. Breath by breath, you allow your body to fold more and more. Let yourself tune in here and really notice the subtle sensations of stretching into your hips, your inner thighs, and your low back. Just taking an opportunity to observe the sensations that you feel. Taking one more complete round of breath, a full inhale and a full exhale all the way out. And slowly begin to walk your hands back in. Gently rolling yourself up. You can take your time. There's no rush. We're going nice and easy today. So once you come back to your seat, just rock back and change the cross of your legs, bringing the opposite foot in front. Again, we're just stacking the heels one in front of the other, letting the knees fall open evenly. Then we're going to come right back into that same forward fold. So just slowly walking your hands out in front of you, begin to lean into the stretch, letting yourself fold forward nice and slow. Allow your breath to guide you into the stretch, finding a deeper sense of relaxation with each and every exhale. And just pay special attention here, noticing how this feels a little different from one side to the other. So really tuning in and noticing the shifts, noticing the changes. Then let's give it one more good full round of breath, all the way in and all the way out. And then when you're ready, you can begin to work your way back up to your seat. Nice and slow, making your way back up. So I love that forward fold to just begin to open up any tension there in the sacral area, in the back of the hips, and into the low back. So my second favorite stretch is to move into a nice easy twist, which we can do from our seat. So we'll start by bringing your right hand back behind you, then circling that left hand across to your right knee. Now coordinating your movement with your breath, let's take an inhale to sit up nice and tall. Big deep breath in as you extend up through your spine. Then as you exhale, press against that right knee, working your way into a deeper twist. Now I invite you to explore a little subtle movement in this twist. So you don't have to be static in your shape, but you can allow for some micro movements, some little mini adjustments inside the pose so that you find the stretch that serves you the best. And when you're ready, you can begin to open back to the center. Just settling in at your seat, take a nice big breath in and all the way out, just noticing how you feel. Allow yourself to be present for the experience. Then we'll reach your right hand over to that left knee, bringing your left fingertips to the floor behind you. So again, we're going to inhale, creating more space in the spine, lifting up as tall as you can. Then as you exhale, we want to press against the knee. So we bring in a little muscle activation to give you the leverage you need to get a little deeper into that twist. And then again, you can just explore some little micro movements, noticing what you feel, allowing yourself to explore that movement. You may be able to access a deeper stretch. So let yourself be curious and mindful, and we'll slowly release, coming back to the front. Take a full cycle of breath. Notice how you feel. Now for the third stretch, we are going to move into a seated forward fold. So you can go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. And if your legs are really tight and it's difficult for you to straighten your legs here, go ahead and grab a blanket or a bolster and bring a little support underneath your knees. So you'll still be able to get a great stretch into the legs without overstretching in your knees. Okay, so definitely set yourself up for success. Make yourself comfortable in your practice. Then once you get settled in, we're gonna start again by lifting up in the spine. I like to place my hands down to the floor to gently push into the mat. Helps me to get a little bit more lift. You may notice a slight engagement in your core and some activation in the muscles along your back. So we want to breathe into this strength for the beginning of this pose. So again, you can come back to another full deep breath, pressing lightly into the mat. Extend up through the crown of your head. Now, as you begin to exhale, slowly start to tiptoe your fingertips towards the front. Breathing out slowly. Gently walk your fingertips towards the front of your mat. Now, everyone is going to have a different level of flexibility, so don't worry too much about how far forward you fold. It's not about making it to some imaginary finish line. It's really about breathing into the stretch. So our low back is connected to the hamstrings. So if you're experiencing tightness and tension in the low back, you may also discover that there's some tightness and tension in the hamstrings as well. So that's why I always include this seated forward fold anytime that I'm addressing low back pain. So this is one of the most important stretches you can do to relieve tension along the back body, this seated forward fold. And we just want to take it one breath at a time, no rush. And you may notice that the longer you stay present with the pose, and the more you relax into your breath, the deeper and deeper you're able to fold
finding more layers of release. So give yourself permission to just be here with the pose, dancing along that edge, breathing it one deep breath at a time, and see if you can soften a little bit deeper with each exhale. Just notice where it takes you. Let's give it 3 more full, complete rounds of breath. So no rush here. This is all about taking your time. And each time that you exhale for these last 3 breaths, lean in a little bit deeper. See if you can touch the edge of your pose. Breathing all the way into that last deep exhale. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly start to walk your hands in. Nice and easy. Take your time as you work your way back up into your seat. You want to come back to center, letting your shoulders relax down your back. And again, you can just give yourself a couple rounds of breath to just feel the residue of the stretch. Next up, we're going to transition to a tabletop position. So you can make your way to your hands and knees. And if your knees are tender or sensitive, I recommend bringing a blanket underneath your knees to give yourself a little extra padding and comfort. Then placing your hands to the mat, spread your fingertips wide apart, pressing down through your fingertips and your knuckle mounds. So we have some strength and stability in your hands. Then we're going to move into our cat and cow, really working to mobilize the spine and maximize that range of motion. So coordinating with your breath, we'll inhale to lift your heart and lift your tail. Think about reaching your sternum forward. So we really lengthen through the belly, arcing in your low back. Then as you exhale your breath, we're going to lift from the belly button, curling up towards the sky. So we hug your belly in. As you round your back, press into the mat to really increase the stretch. Then we'll inhale and open it up. So starting to link the movement with your breath, finding a natural flow as you inhale and lift, then exhale and round. Make sure that that movement really comes from deep within your core. So we maximize the movement in the spine. Again, we'll inhale and open. And exhale to round your spine. So feel free to give it a few more rounds and play with your rhythm and your speed. Make sure that your movement stays linked with your breath, but you can play with the rhythm and speed of your breath and see how that feels in the movement. So we're just really working here to mobilize the spine, and that mobility helps to lubricate the spaces between the vertebrae, making it easier for the spine to move. So let's just give it a few more rounds in your own timing with your own breath. And at the end of your last exhale, the last cat pose, we're going to slowly come back to neutral tabletop. If your toes are tucked under, we'll turn the tops of the feet down. Then gently reach your hips back to your heels. And slowly let yourself fold down over your legs. So for this last low back release pose, we're coming into child's pose, but this particular variation, I like to bring the knees close together so that your body rounds as you fold down over your legs. So bringing the knees close together as you fold your body down allows you to find a deeper stretch down the length of your low back. So as you settle in for this child's pose, turn your awareness deeply inward. With each inhale, breathe into the space in your low back. Then as you exhale, feel your body relax and soften, releasing any unnecessary tension. So while child's pose may seem simple or even mundane, for this practice, it's really a meditation on your breath. So folding forward over your legs, we create length and space in the low back. And as you deepen into your breath, breathing all the way down into the low back, maybe even breathing and expanding down into your hips, you massage your body from the inside, massaging your body with your breath. Breathing slow and deep. And you can stay here and enjoy this pose for as long as it feels good to your body. And when you're ready, you can walk your hands in towards your knees. Gently roll yourself up towards a kneeling pose. And just transitioning nice and slow, you can glide your hips over to one side and swing your legs around in front of you. And let's just come back to that nice easy seat where we first began. And close your eyes here, just taking a moment to observe. Notice how your body feels. Notice any shifts or changes since you first began your practice. And just take a moment to thank yourself for carving out time to show up on your mat today. And feel your body thanking you for taking care of it in this way. Again, I'm Jen Hilman. It's such a pleasure to walk with you on this healing journey. And don't forget to check out the new YOGAV community, where you can see all of your favorite YOGATX videos ad-free. All the details are below in the comments, so go ahead and check it out. And I will see you next week. Namaste.